they'll put.
Let's meet the starting lineup.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter, David Aldridge, on the sidelines. With one game to go, let's take a look at how the final seeding will look in the East. Taking a look at Miami. Right now, they're on the outside looking in at the playoff seeds. And, of course, there's the Bulls tied up with them.
And I think for Miami, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
So here's Miami's starting group. We've got Hero. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the center position. And for the Bulls, the guard set is Giddey and White. Buzelis out there with Kevin Huerter. And it's Vucevic in at the 5. Burks' shot is good. The three-point shot, so important in today's NBA and a major part of the game plan, Greg, for both of these teams.
And we can expect to see a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in this one. I'm looking for whichever squad is able to create more havoc and throw the opposing shooters off their rhythm.
Using his unique perspective, Vucevic sees the whole floor and finds the open shooter.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
At the line for Chicago, Kevin Huerter. One shot.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. They got some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
And here are the Bulls now, following the score by Miami. Lets it go, and it's Vucevic missing.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Pass to Buzelis. And here's Vucevic. And here is Giddey. Burks covering. It's deflected, and he gets it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Trying to get open is Adebayo. And it's Wiggins missing. For Chicago, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And White kicks to Huerter. Pass to Buzelis. Vucevic with it. There's the triple, and the 3-ball is good.
Yeah, defensively, you have to keep track of Vucevic at the arc. He takes those shots when he's open.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
moment, let's check out the stats for Vucevic. Just an incredible month of basketball. And he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage, really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, pass to Burks. Just 5 to shoot. And he converts the layup. Burks has got 5.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Vucevic setting the pick for Buzelis. Vucevic trying to get open. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And how about that finish by Buzelis, the rookie, getting it done.
Burks against Giddey, and he gets the bucket. 7 points in the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And I like Giddey getting physical, challenging the defense.
Bulls have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And that one misses. And we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
No good on the second free throw. And staying a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group, but it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Now, Hero, coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Here's Ware, and Vucevic pulls it down. Bulls trail by 3. White finds Giddey. Wide open. Miami grabs the miss. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
Well, those are the kinds of performances you hope carry over into some momentum for this.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul. Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
All right, fans, it's dance jam time. Get ready to dance like everybody's watching. Somebody doesn't have rhythm. You're on the big screen. Keep it going.
The Heat making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Kobe White.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Now here's Mitchell. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Philadelphia. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player. And I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer. Back-to-back national titles in college. And then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. Here's Buzelis taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. 4 on the clock. No one near Herder as he lets it fly. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Has to Ware. Now Wiggins. Three-pointer. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. Herder on the wing. Buzelis with the ball. White finds Vucevic. Shoots over Hero. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. Pass to Adebayo. Mitchell with the bounce pass. Here's Ware. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Ware's got his second basket.
And when you've got that much of a size advantage on your defender, that's how you take advantage.
Pass to Buzelis. Vucevic, a screen on Mitchell. And that one drops.
And honestly, Giddey mostly avoids that area, but nice to see him being aggressive.
Now, here's Adebayo. Back to Hero. Pass to Adebayo. Here's Mitchell. It's rebounded by Giddey.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Here's Buzelis. Cranes the three-pointer. Buzelis has got his second basket of the night.
And Buzelis continues to work on improving his three ball. When he's hitting from there, everything else becomes easier.
Now, here's Mitchell. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Ware passes to Hero. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Pass to Herder. Vucevic setting the pick for Herder. Off target from outside. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Miami Heat. They trail by 1. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Well, just so strong. Damn. He's just so tough to stop.
Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
They stand from 15 feet in. Not many players more dangerous in this NBA than Bam Adebayo.
No, there's not, Kevin. He's got the total package when he gets in the mid-range area on down. He can shoot the mid-range jumper above the rim to finish. He can score with his back to the basket, and he's an outstanding passer.
And we haven't even mentioned his defense, right? Because his defense is off the charts.
Always an all-defense consideration.
Now here's Terry. After the miss from Kyle Anderson. I got him. Williams finds Collins. Anderson with the block.
Well, he's so smart out there. Anderson always seems to be in the right spot to make a play, and that time gets all ball.
Here's Highsmith. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia. Mitchell, a screen on Collins. Fires from the corner. A nice shot by Anderson. And the Heat lead by 2. Terry the pass to Giddey. driving to the basket. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him.
That free throw good from Giddey. So Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about Heat culture with the Miami franchise from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization, is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part because they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Chicago?
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
Now, Hero. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Collins against Adebayo. And the Bulls with another miss. Miami's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Haywood Highsmith. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And the second free throw, good. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Giddey the pass to Williams. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Mitchell outside. Over Giddey. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Bulls ahead. They're up by 3. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Bulls, guys, what do you think?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
The Heat trail by 3. We've got Buzelis. Terry is out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Vucevic, and it's Phillips in at the 3 slot. That's the group for the Chicago Bulls to start the second quarter. Now, here's Wiggins. Shot clock at 5. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Wiggins has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Miami. Vucevic a screen on Anderson. Here's Buzelis. And it's Miami with the rebound. And here's Burks. Last game we saw him score 13. A miss that time would have put him up.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose, an MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Free throw no good for Terry. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectation.
And here is Williams following the three from Alec Burks. And again, Chicago, no good. Anderson finds Hero. Anderson a screen on Herter. Shots good by Hero.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
White dishes to Williams. Shakes him, driving inside. And he lays it up and in. That's 7 points for Williams.
Yeah, that's a great find by White. He's such a clever and deceptive combo guard.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And also, they're doing something you don't see as much anymore, and that is converting time and time again from the mid-range.
Free throw good, Burks. Hey, Coach, one area the Bulls can struggle with, defending the outside shot.
Yeah, Kevin, they've been very poor the last few seasons on that front. Not closing out, missing assignments. It's strange because they were once elite in that regard under Donovan.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Terry Rozier.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Hero passes to Wiggins. Back to Hero. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Kobe White. And at this point, Tyler Hero's used to hearing his name in just about every trade rumor that comes along, Stan. I would assume that's got to be a little disconcerting for a player.
It probably is, Kevin, but give him a lot of credit. It never seems to bother him, at least in terms of affecting his play on the floor. He still puts up big numbers. He plays with great confidence. Tyler Hero's an outstanding offensive player.
And Hero drops them both. Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David.
Well, what a half he's had. He has completely warped the shape of this game with his hot shooting.
Pass to Giddey. Picked by Vucevic. No good. That would have tied it. The Heat leading by 3. Anderson kicks to Burks. Now Wiggins. Anderson, a screen on Vucevic. And it's Wiggins missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
White, wide open. He fires. And he hits it to tie the game up. White's got his first 3 points of the game. Burks, the pass to Hero. Back to Burks. Adebayo with a screen on Giddey. Here's Burks. Pass to Adebayo. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Adebayo's got 5 points so far.
Well, that's his comfort zone. That's where he lives. Adebayo's so strong in the paint.
And here's Herter. The wide open look here for Vucevic. And the Bulls, another 3.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Here's Hero. Missed inside. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Cavaliers.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
You talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Now here's Herter. Vucevic setting the pick for Herter. And they recover it. Vucevic is screen on Wiggins. They get it again.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak. Yeah, he's picking it up here in the second quarter after a slow start.
Burks with the steal. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Giddey kicks to White. Now here's Herter. Three-pointer. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Good on the bucket.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way. So if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Zach Collins checked in for Vucevic. Williams comes in for Buzelis. Horton Tucker's checked in for Kevin Huerter. And Terry subbed in for White. Giddey finds Williams. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got his third assist on the night. Hero with it. 11 points in the game. From the top of the key, Chicago grabs the miss.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The kick out to Williams. From deep, Collins traps in the tray. Collins has got the game tied up here for Chicago.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
On the wing, Williams. Ripped away. Pass to Hero. From outside the arc. Rebound by Williams. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Trailing by 2. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Stolen by Hero. Pass to Highsmith. Back to Hero. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Ware. He's guarded by Collins. Deflects the pass. Here's Highsmith. Back to Mitchell. Stolen by Terry. Now Giddey. Pass to Williams. Here's the floater. And it's good for 2. Giddey's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And he makes that one. And the Heat lead by 2.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Here's Williams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And you were just talking about this, Coach. Patrick Williams, a guy with loads of potential.
Yeah, Kevin, he's had to deal with a lot of injuries here early in his career. Sometimes he tends to disappear in games, but when he's got it going, this guy has a chance to be a really good 3-and-D player.
It's going to be fun to see where he takes his game. Bam Adebayo's checked in for the Heat. Anderson comes in for Tyler Hero. And Williams drops them both. Miami's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Outside, Robinson. Poked away. Inside. Williams passes to Giddey. Williams in the post, defended by Anderson. Mitchell outside. Pass to Anderson. It's Robinson, top of the key. Clock at 4. Shoots from the high post. Rebound by the Bulls. Now Giddey. Here's Williams. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Mitchell. Gets an open look and hits. Mitchell's got his first bucket in this one.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Now Williams. Collins setting the pick for Williams. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Williams has got 9 points now in the quarter. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. Goodness.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Bulls lead by 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Billy. I heard you tell the guys to take it to them and play with more physicality offensively. What did you...
Well, just I think when we're getting the ball inside around the basket, at times we got to go up a little bit stronger and play through the contact and go to the rim.
Tough sledding in there, but you got to get there. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Howdy, folks. I know you've all been clamoring to find out how the Rookie of the Year race is looking, and we are not letting you down. Fellas, I was just wondering if you played in the league these days, what do you think would be different compared to when you did play?
Oh, my goodness. I make a lot more money, Ernie, than I did in my playing days, especially if you consider that all guys do is dunk and shoot threes, and as many threes as I did, oh, my God.
Yeah, and I'd be out there getting every rebound and slamming Kenny's bricks for the putback slams, because none of these bigs today want any piece of prime diesel.
So let me get this straight. You would both be amazing. What a shock. Circling back to our featured game, the Miami Heat find themselves in a pretty even matchup.
Their focus on defense has been inconsistent. Tough to win with lapses at that end.
Yeah, they got to clamp down in the second half, man. Better communication and multiple efforts.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been one outstanding game so far from Alec Burks.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Tyler Hero out there with Alec Burks. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the center, filling out the middle. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Herder. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Outside, White. Vucevic, a screen on Hero. Off target from three-point range.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
They get a hand on it. Pass to Burks. Down low and out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And let's check out a group of shooting guards that have been doing some dirty work inside lately, averaging the most rebounds per game at their position over the last 10 games. Third is Kevin Herder.
Well, it's not easy to do what these players have done in that area, strictly because of positioning. I mean, typically a two-guard, you're not in tight when a shot goes up, so competing for rebounds is that much more difficult.
And you have to credit the two guards who are willing to come back and mix it up for a rebound. That attitude catches on for the entire team.
So here's Burks after the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Here's Adebayo. He's got 5. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. Alec Burks, and that's good. Burks has got 18 points.
Well, he's such a willing and effective passer. That's a good find by Adebayo there.
Bounce pass Herter. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge it. Right. Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Stan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
Burks can't get it to go. To the paint, knocked away. Buzelis, and Vucevic kicks to Giddey. And again, Chicago, no good. Wiggins against Herter. Got a hand on it.
Making good use of his length, Buzelis able to track down the block that time.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Make some noise for your incredible. Good luck, fans, on the court. Your White Squad. Our loudest fans are in the t-shirts. Who wants one?
The Heat making a switch here. Highsmith is checked in.
The incredible.
Here's Ware, and the shot goes in. Ware's got 6.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
White against Hero. Vucevic gets double teamed. Just 4 to shoot. And here's Herter outside. And again, Chicago. No good. Miami's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always try to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I've just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. So here's Burks. After the Bulls picking up a basket just moments ago. That ties it up. 18 points for him.
A short corner 3 there for Hero. Such a smooth stroke from deep.
Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Buzelis with the ball. 10 points for him. Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Giddey's got the lead back up to 3 now for the Bulls. Here's Burks, and it's blocked, and they get it back. Hero passes to Burks. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Vucevic gets double teamed. Over in the corner, White. Vucevic setting the pick for White. Great look, but off the mark. The Heat trail by 3. Pass to Highsmith. Back to Wiggins. Hero with it. Wiggins, a screen on White. There's Hero with a 3. And the Heat, another 3.
For 3.
Well, this team relies on Hero's offensive production. And tonight, he has delivered.
Now, Herter. Vucevic setting the pick for Herter. And he's finally able to knock one down. Herter's got 5. Outside, Hero. And the foul called on Josh Giddey. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And for the Heat, Kyle Anderson, Duncan Robinson, Davion Mitchell.
Anderson, a screen on Giddey. Mitchell passes to Anderson. Good on the shot. Anderson's got it all tied up now for Miami.
And sometimes you forget how long Anderson is. Possessing a 7'2" wingspan, it makes him a problem inside.
Miami's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Mitchell kicks to Hero. For the lead, Chicago grabs the miss. Buzelis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Vucevic. Now here's Giddey. From outside, off the mark. Anderson passes to Mitchell. Outside, Hero. Pulls up on the wing. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Dance cam. Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen? You show us the best moves. Let's go. Two left feet there. You have the camera on you. Shake it.
Williams is checked in for the Bulls. Jerry comes in for Josh Giddey. And Miami also making a switch. Bam Adebayo is checked in for Hero. White the pass to Terry. Back to White. And White with the stuff.
Explosive move by White. Going right up to the rim.
Mitchell passes to Highsmith. Here's White. Herter on the wing. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White.
And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Herter. How last month turned out for him, he's right around 13 points a night, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
Yeah, and make no mistake, we're watching a special guy here, and his numbers only tell a fraction of the story.
Zach Collins checked in for the Bulls. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Collins. Here's White. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, great job by White to get the defense on their heels and forcing them to react.
Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
And the first one drops. You know, Stan, it is great to see Kobe White put it all together.
It sure is, Kevin. This guy hung in there with a great attitude, even when he wasn't playing as much as he wanted to. He's still growing as a player, knocking down shots. His confidence is sky high. His approach will take him a long way.
I got to believe as a coach, that is incredibly satisfying to have that kind of play.
Yeah, it really is when you have a guy like that, he just keeps getting better.
Now, here is Robinson. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Anderson's shot is off. And it's Terry with the ball for the Bulls. A 2-point game. Shots good by Williams.
He's creating good looks and shooting very efficient.
Pass to Adebayo. Outside Robinson. Mitchell in the corner. 5 to shoot. Off target with the open look.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Collins setting the big for Williams. Stolen by Robinson. Anderson outside. This one for 3. Rebound by Williams. Chicago leading by 4. Terry looking over the floor. White against Adebayo. Collins a screen on Adebayo. White, good.
Yeah, it seems like White's got that in-between range figured out.
1:49 left to play here in the third. Mitchell finds Robinson. Here's Highsmith. Adebayo with a screen for Anderson. Will it go? That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Adebayo.
Well, the activity that Bam plays with is special. He's always looking to grab an offensive rebound.
Shot by Terry, no good. Miami's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Terry against Robinson. Just his first attempt. Count it. Robinson's got his first bucket of the night. Chicago has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. White, count the basket and the foul. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, you can see White's confidence continue to grow on shots like these, just sticking it to the defense.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Third team foul. At the line for the Bulls, Kobe White, shooting 1.
And that one falls for White.
Well, it took a little while, but White has established himself as a big-time scorer, and he does it from all 3 levels.
Hero with it. He's picked up by White. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
For Miami, they have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And he knocks down the first one. Both good from the line that time. The Bulls leading by 3. High post Vucevic. He's got 13.
Well, Vucevic did a good job of feeling the defense there and worked his way into a trip to the line.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Nikola Vucevic.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And both free throws good for Vucevic.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Ware. Anderson right side. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. The third quarter comes to a close. It's Chicago leading by 5. And we'll get going after this from United Center. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
Trust each other. Let's get that ball moving. Right? Ball moving. No holds. No holds.
Well, moving the ball is so important to these coaches.
I mean, it helps make the offense run smoothly, Kevin. When you move the ball, more scoring opportunities open up.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Kevin Huerter. Buzelis out there with Vucevic. Then it's Kobe White, and it's Phillips in at point. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Now here's Wiggins.
And the winner's mentality Wiggins has is commendable. A hard worker who wants to keep improving.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And on top of that, they've really been dialed in from deep, just dropping triple after triple.
And both free throws good for Wiggins.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Pass to Phillips. Now Buzelis. And right on target with the swish.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now Hero sinks the three-pointer. Hero's got 26.
Well, coming out of the half, he's been much more aggressive, helping them space the floor.
And stolen by Wiggins. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Mitchell up top. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. It's all knotted up. Here's White. Pass to Phillips. Right a screen from deep. Rebound by the Heat. Anderson kicks to Hero. Wiggins outside. And here's Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hero. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And that's now 28 points for Tyler Hero.
And this is why many are high on Hero. Possesses ability to kick it up a notch and just take over.
Now here's Vucevic. Tight defense on him. Buzelis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Kyle Anderson.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And also, you've got to mention the block shots. Playing hard on defense, not allowing shooters to get comfortable.
And he makes the first.
whether he's off ball or on it. You just love what Buzelis brings to the floor.
And the Heat with some changes. Highsmith is checked in, and Adebayo is subbed in for Anderson. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Mitchell passes to Adebayo. Mitchell kicks to Hero. Back to Wiggins. Fires away from way outside. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Phillips. Pass to Buzelis. Vucevic a screen on Adebayo. No one covered. Buzelis has got 11 in the second half.
And you gotta like watching Buzelis break down the defense, just taking what they give him.
Outside Hero. And it's White with the rebound. White's got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's Vucevic in the corner. Buzelis with the ball. Adebayo on him.
And you get the sense that guys are still trying to figure out how to guard Buzelis.
Second team foul. At the line for Chicago, Buzelis. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Buzelis.
Well, he might have been a little passive in the first half, but that's changed. I like this more aggressive approach.
And the Bulls making a change here. Giddey's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. The Heat trail by 4. Mitchell outside. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Shoots over Herter, and that one's good. Wiggins.
Sometimes you gotta do it yourself. Wiggins taking the initiative there.
Pass to Herter. Now here's Giddey. Buzelis with the ball. He's guarded by Adebayo. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Wiggins outside. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
And with that height and incredible leaping ability, Wiggins can throw it down as easy as anyone.
And White gives to Vucevic. Buzelis with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. From past the arc. Sinks the triple. Buzelis has got 21 in the game.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Hero from long range. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Giddey. That's his 6th field goal today. And that makes him now 6 for 11.
Outwilling the defenders there. Giddey showing some passion inside.
Back to Mitchell. Rebound by the Bulls. Giddey's got his 5th rebound in this one. Crafty move. Herter, no good.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And stolen by Giddey. Puts it up from 12. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Giddey making the defenders look like they're on ice.
Outside Hero. They need this. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Kobe White.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Tyler Hero taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, what you have to love about Hero is how confident he is. Some of the shots he takes and makes demonstrate that to a T.
And so he hits both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. High post Vucevic. Pass to White. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
Well, White can attack fast, and the defense was unprepared to contest him cleanly.
Kobe White taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for White.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
And both free throws good for White. And it's Mitchell with the ball for Miami. They trail by 7. Hero finds Wiggins. Here's Hero. Wiggins sets a screen for Hero. To the inside. Vucevic with the block.
Well, defensively, Vucevic was in great position and times that perfect. Look, if I'm one of his teammates, I just keep getting him the ball. He has been lights out.
Now Hero shoots over White. The 15-footer, good. Hero's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Here's Herter. That one falls. Herter's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bulls.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Hero on the wing. 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And a few years back, the NBA coach decided to change how they do take fouls. It appears it's had the impact they wanted, don't you think?
I certainly do, Kevin. I thought it was a great rule change. There's almost nothing more exciting in NBA basketball than the fast break. And take fouls were limiting that. Now that we've gotten rid of those, we're really getting to see the athleticism of NBA players.
Yeah, because we want to see the finish, don't we? We want to see what happens when they do get off on that kind of break.
That's where the excitement happens.
The Heat making a switch here. Ware's checked in, and he's good on the second.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Pass to Buzelis. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And Buzelis is in a rhythm now. He's playing to his strengths and taking what is offered from the defense.
Mitchell passes to Wiggins. To the paint. 6 to shoot. There's a good screen. Mitchell kicks to Ware. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got 3 assists in the game. Outside, White. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Pass to Giddey. Vucevic a screen on Mitchell. Pulls up. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got 5 rebounds tonight. 16 feet away. Hero no good. Chicago leading by 7. Here's Herter. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Second personal foul. 4th team foul. At the line for the Bulls, Kevin Herter. 1 shot.
Free throw good, Herter. The Heat trail by 10, and timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away.
Welcome to the court, Chicago Bulls.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team. Now, he asked for one thing, intensity. He said, I need you to crank it up to 11 out there. That's how we turn it around. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Adebayo passes to Hero. Here's Ware. Vucevic defending. Ware, good. Ware's got 5 points now this quarter.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Here's Buzelis, and Ware pulls it down. Ware's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the wing on the left. Can he keep it going? Chicago grabs the miss. Giddey's got his 6th rebound on the night. Over to the wing. Here's Vucevic. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Well, the interior is where Vucevic is at his most assertive. So the defense has to be overwhelming to stop him.
Mitchell finds Wiggins. Yes, that goes in.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Giddey the pass to Vucevic. Now Herter. Now here's Giddey, covered by Mitchell, and Giddey gets it to go.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Here's Ware. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got his 6th assist on the night. And so White will bring it up for Chicago. Pass to Vucevic. Back to White. And here's Herter. And it's Giddey in the corner. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Bulls.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Josh Giddey.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference.